Romy Reiner, grieving, silent, and surrounded by loved ones, has been seen in public for the first time since the murder of her parents. The appearance came on December 27th, the day Romy turned 28, less than 2 weeks after her life was torn apart. According to the Daily Mail, Romy marked her birthday at a somber beach gathering, standing outside a beach house with close friends and family. No celebration, no smiles, just presence. Her boyfriend, Alex Silberberg, was also photographed walking a dog along the beach. The outlet reports the couple has been staying at the beach house since December 14th, the day filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife Michele were found murdered inside their Brentwood, California home. Romy lived across the street, and according to insiders who spoke to the Post, it was Romy who made the discovery. On December 14th, her life split into before and after. Authorities say Romy discovered her parents' bodies inside their Los Angeles home. Both were stabbed to death in what investigators later described as a brutal double homicide. The trauma didn't end there. Sources say Romy told law enforcement that her brother, Nick Reiner, should be considered a suspect. Nick Reiner, also 28, was arrested shortly after the bodies were discovered. According to investigators, he was taken into custody across the street from the family home. Prosecutors allege Nick has a documented history of violence and substance abuse. They say he left behind bloody evidence after checking out of a Santa Monica hotel. Nick Reiner has since been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder.
So special circumstances is a situation where one of the enumerated factors that lead to elevating in some ways a first-degree murder case to a special circumstance first-degree murder case occurs. One of those special circumstances is called multiple murders. Here we have 2, and it qualifies under the definition of multiple murders to allege the special circumstance in this particular case.
On December 14, 2025, LAPD officers from our West Los Angeles division responded to a death investigation at the 200 block of South Chadbourne Avenue, which is in the Brentwood section of Los Angeles. Upon entering the residence, they discovered the bodies of Mr. and Mrs. Reiner. Detectives from our Robbery Homicide Division Homicide Special Section immediately initiated a comprehensive investigation. The evidence gathered led to the arrest of their son, Nick Reiner, who was taken into custody later that night without incident in the Exposition Park section of our city. Today, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has formally filed charges against Mr. Reiner for the murder of his parents. This case is heartbreaking and deeply personal, not only for the Reiner family and their loved ones, but for our entire city. We extend our deepest condolences to all of those who were affected by this tragedy.
As the investigation unfolded, surveillance video became a critical piece of evidence. Authorities released CCTV footage showing Nick Reiner at a Los Angeles gas station shortly after the alleged killings. The video, captured about half a mile from the family home, shows him wearing a baseball cap and carrying a backpack. He appears calm, unhurried, no visible panic. Investigators say the footage shows him walking into the store, buying a sports drink and paying at the counter. About an hour later, he was arrested.
He was arrested in a public area, in the Exposition Park area near the University of Southern California campus. He was approached by the officers and he was arrested without incident. There were no indications that he was going to resist or anything like that. He didn't flee or anything like that. He was taken into custody without issue, and he was transported to our police headquarters.
On December 17th, Nick Reiner appeared in a Los Angeles courtroom. He stood behind glass in a secured custody area, shackled, wearing a blue padded suicide prevention smock commonly used in jail facilities. Court records indicate Nick was previously diagnosed with schizophrenia. He is currently being held at the Twin Towers Correctional Facility. His arraignment is scheduled for January 7th.
Mr. Reiner, do you have a constitutional and statutory right to a speedy arraignment? Your counsel is requesting that your arraignment be continued to January 7, 2026. Do you waive your right to a speedy arraignment so that your arraignment can be heard on January 7, 2026? And does counsel join in the waiver?
I join, Your Honor.
The court finds that the defendant has made a knowing and intelligent waiver of his right to a speedy arraignment, and that his counsel joins in that waiver. Matter set January 7, 2026 for arraignment in this department. Bail to stand at no bail. Anything further on that case?
Not by the defense, Your Honor.
Anything further?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just have a couple of quick words. First of all, and most importantly, this is a devastating tragedy that has befallen the Reiner family. We all recognize that. Our hearts go out to the entire Reiner family. There are very, very complex and serious issues that are associated with this case. Those need to be thoroughly but very carefully dealt with and examined and looked at and analyzed. We ask that during this process you allow the system to move forward in the way that it was designed to move forward, not with a rush to judgment, not with jumping to conclusions, but with restraint and with dignity and with the respect that this system and this process deserves and that the family deserves. So with that, we are set for January 7th for an arraignment. That's the next court date, and that's all I have to say at this point. There may be more at some other point, but today we're going to rest on where we stand procedurally, which is this was a continuance of arraignment. Nothing happened today substantively. We'll be back for an arraignment in the same department on the 7th of January. We'll see you then.